Blessed be the fruit may the Lord open. I just watched Meghan Markle's Netflix cooking show, With Love, Meghan. What in the dystopian trad wife, narcissistic wet dream did I just watch? Gone are the days of the feminist warrior princess She-Ra, who wrote Procter & Gamble about their sexist dish soap commercial. Now we have the elitist rich bored housewife, Meghan Markle, giving us a fly-on-the-wall sneak peek into her overprivileged life beyond the gates of Montecito. Yes, the Baroness of Beige Bare Minimum herself lets us discover the real Meghan as she prances around in her overpriced designer outfits in a rented multi-million-dollar mansion, gathering fake praise from her paid minions while throwing fake edible flowers on everything. In today's video, we're going to discuss my reaction and major takeaways from Meghan Markle's cooking show so you don't have to. You guys, we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. So I'm going to do a very brief overview of my reaction to Meghan Markle's cooking show, all of the episodes in one video. I will do a separate video where I break down some of her cringiest moments. Now I'm going to list the good parts of the show. I will say it was a very aesthetically pleasing show. It was beautifully shot. The director, the cinematographer, the lighting was gorgeous. The place where they filmed, that mansion, beautiful. If you're going to film an aesthetic cooking show, a DIY show, this was definitely the location. Now, I will say, I did think Meghan Markle looked beautiful throughout her cooking show. Her hair and makeup and wardrobe was on point. They spent a lot of money, guys, on the production of this show. Millions of dollars. It was, every single guest was overly made up, all wearing designer outfits, and Meghan looked like a Hollywood Barbie in Barbie's dream house. That wasn't hers. It was so fake and cringy, but again, I can understand that if you're a Meghan fan, how this is an escape into a fake reality of Meghan Markle being this wonderful Barbie. I get it. A lot of people, when they watch a show, they want to escape. But a lot of times when you watch something, you want to take away from something, especially from a woman who has always told us she's a foodie. Remember, she was a blogger with the TIG, and she's a DIYer, and she likes to cook all these home recipes. So you would assume when you go into her cooking show where she's teaching us tips on how to entertain and how to be the hostess with the mostest, that you would learn something. You would walk away with something. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're not. Meghan Markle's show was not designed for the audience. It was designed for her. They didn't care about the audience. It wasn't about participation. It wasn't about learning something, even getting an actual recipe with ingredients and instructions. That was left completely out of the show because that wasn't the point of the show. The point of the show was for us to go, ooh, Meghan, and to praise and admire this woman who graced us with her presence. Meghan was our gift. She was our gift. Watching her parade around her rented multi-million-dollar kitchen in designer outfits with full hair and makeup and giving us brilliant ideas on how to boil water or how not to tie a bow was our gift. Meghan Markle's cooking show was basically her narcissistic wet dream come true. This is 100% a vanity project where you're not going to walk away with anything. Now, the interesting thing, it seemed that every episode was a theme where the guests were armed with platitudes and praise. The platitudes, no doubt, came from Meghan Markle's Pinterest board from 2012, And of course, all of the praise, y'all, was so fake and manufactured. It was cringy to watch. They overdid the praise for Meghan doing the bare minimum. It was so cringy, and you can tell it was well scripted. Now, in a hilarious moment, it seemed like Mindy Kaling might have flubbed her lines a little bit. She came in with Meghan, who was fully decked out in beige, head to toe, very expensive cashmere looking sweater, where she had a striped white and beige sweater strewn across her shoulders, as one does when they're cooking. And she comes in and she's like, I love your look. I love your look. Meghan turns around in the fakest bewilderment. Huh? What? Mindy goes, I love your look. Your look. You're such a fashion icon. And Meghan goes, tell me something I don't know, Mindy. Like, what? Not even thank you. Oh my God, do you love my outfit? She's like, I know, Mindy. So there's quite a few cringy moments with Mindy that we will break down in another video. But they literally were praising her for doing the most basic stuff. Meghan Markle at one point did these sandwiches, y'all. She was making the peanut butter and the jelly, because we all know she's the peanut butter and the jelly of Montecito. They were cutting up children's sandwiches into like stars and hearts, and Mindy Kaling was losing her shit. She was like, oh my God, Meghan, I can't believe it. You cut that into a star. And then Meghan elevated that peanut butter and jelly sandwich with sprinkling of some fake edible flowers. Now, let me just tell y'all, Meghan Markle throws that crap on everything. The main ingredients of Meghan Markle's cooking show is lemons, oranges, lemon zest, salt, and fake edible flowers. She puts that crap on everything. Now, we all know she's merching on her store fake edible flowers. She merched the hell out of the show. We all know that Prince Harry was just bowled over in love with Meghan Markle because she could do warrior poses and take a shit in the woods. So now she just sprinkles her little edible flowers on top of it because Meghan has to elevate it to the next level. It was cringy to watch because it was so fake and manufactured. All of the over-the-top praise for doing very basic stuff. Again, you are not going to learn anything new whatsoever by watching this show. There was a lot of fake platitudes. There was a lot of cringy praise moments where Meghan was doing the bare minimum. One of my favorite moments of the show was when Meghan was with her makeup artist friend. I think his name was Martin. I can't remember his name. And they had a naked cake. And Meghan's like, let's decorate the cake. So they're in the kitchen and they're decorating this cake that was already baked by someone else. And they're going around the layers of the cake. And he was talking about, oh, this is the beauty on the inside cake. And Meghan's like, exactly. Because sometimes you have to dig deep to get to know someone and see the beauty inside. And I'm like, was she referring to herself in this situation? Is she the beauty inside girl that you gotta dig deep to find the beauty? It was so cringy. Again, it was the fake platitude that her little friend brought in while they were decorating the cake. Now, we all know he was scripted to talk about the beauty in the inside cake, so Meghan can talk about how you have to get to know someone on the inside, and you gotta dig deep sometimes. Because apparently 7 years of her being in the public eye since marrying Prince Harry, we haven't got to know the real Meghan. Even though she's threatened to show us the real Meghan several times. She shared it with us on her, Archetype podcast, but yet apparently that wasn't the real Meghan. Will the real Meghan Markle please stand up? Because apparently we don't know who she is. So this show was meant to show us the real Meghan. The real Meghan as she pranced around the rented mansion, hanging out with her rich friends, doing fake DIY projects in front of a camera. But again, the Meghan that we're seeing was very robotic, very fake, and everyone praised Meghan. It was like, come and kiss Meghan's ass while she sprinkles fake flowers on stuff. It was weird. I actually, honestly, fell asleep between episode 4 and 5, and I think I watched part of 6 and 7, but every single episode was almost the same, and they started to blend together. So the premise of every episode is Meghan starts the show by talking to a crew member. Oh, I have a guest coming over. What shall I prepare for them in my fake kitchen? And she would either cook donuts or she would cook crepes or something else for her guest that was showing up, because Meghan is the hostess with the mostess. But again, she's not going to share with you any real recipes, so don't think you're going to duplicate it. You're going to have to go on Google, on Pinterest to find the answer, because Meghan isn't going to give it to you. Now, she did have a very interesting lavender towel thing, which I thought was kind of cool. But again, you could find it on Pinterest in like 1 minute. She literally went to Pinterest, y'all, printed out stuff from 2012 and said, here we go. This is what we're going to do on my show. This woman has no original ideas whatsoever. It was just an opportunity for her to be on screen and to merch outfits and to launch her as ever brand. That's it. This could have been a YouTube series. It actually could have just been one episode, to be completely honest. It could have been a 3 hour episode. It did not need to go over 8 episodes. Again, it was very long. It was too overstretched. So Meghan wanted to show people how to make stuff like, balloon arches for kids' parties. Again, mind blown. Like, no one else would know how to blow up a balloon and make an arch. No one's ever thought of that. No one's ever gone to Party City, ever, right? Or again, making the peanut butter and the jelly sandwiches and cutting them into little cute shapes. My favorite was the fruit platter that she made and put dollop of yogurt and fake flowers on it. Again, crepes. She made some sun tea. She made bath salts for her guests and didn't show us how to make it, just kind of poured some stuff into a vase. Again, nothing new at all. I don't know how this was a multi-million-dollar show for Netflix. Even Paris Hilton actually cooked on her show. But again, it's about Meghan prancing around, giving us the gift of looking at her, and that should be enough. Even though she used to tell us what a foodie she was and what a DIY girl she was, she ran the TIG for years. But on the cooking show, she acted like, I'm just learning, I don't know anything, I'm a novice, but didn't bother to teach us anything either. Then there was the whole weird thing about the bees, how she clearly doesn't do anything with the bees. She has a beekeeper. Again, the entire show was cringy. There wasn't really anything to take away from the fact that Meghan was just merching the entire time. It was a huge walking billboard with price tags hanging off of it, with Meghan's rich friends, her paid minions coming in to give her fake praise so they could talk about it throughout the show, and of course a couple of platitudes sprinkled in, because Meghan Markle, y'all, she had a couple of deep moments on the show, and I will get into that in the next video. So in the end, I believe this was a complete flop. It was a complete waste of space. It was a nothing burger wrapped in cotton candy and fake edible flowers. I can't believe Netflix dealt out multi-millions of dollars for this show. I don't think it's going to be a hit, and I think this might be the end of the road for Meghan Markle and Netflix. Leave me your comments, guys, down below. Let me know if you watched the show and what you thought about it. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.